What is going on, everybody? Thank you for joining Park Valley Church, the online campus. You're watching our first ever online campus event, Cooking with Steve. We're super excited to bring this event to you. It's going to be a great time. We got Ernest Bush hanging out with us, and of course, Pastor Steve,
Nice
our
to see you.
resident chef, I guess.
Pastor Chef.
Pastor Chef.
There you go.
Now, if you're registered, you should have gotten a list of ingredients and directions and all that jazz. If you didn't register, then you didn't get it. And to be honest, there's no way for us to get it to you now, unfortunately. If you want it after the fact, you can always watch this video back. We can send it to you.
Sure.
You can email me, real simple, Zach, Z-A-C, at parkvalleychurch.com. But we highly recommend just going ahead and getting the ingredients set out now. We are going to wait a couple minutes before we get started while people are jumping in and tuning in and all that jazz. So, Steve, what kind of stuff do we have lined up here?
We got a little bit of everything lined up here. So green chili chicken enchiladas tonight with the seasoned rice and the roasted corn salad and pineapple empanadas. So you guys are probably at home used to always cooking one thing and then going to the next thing. There's no way that's going to happen tonight. We're going to be cooking 4 things at once. So you see a little bit of everything out here, and it's going to take all 3 of us, Zach too. We might actually let him hold a knife and to get this done in the time that we have. But if we get going too fast, or if we can't, if you're falling behind, let us know. But if you can't get all of it cooked, at least you can get the savory stuff. Maybe you don't quite get the empanada done in time, but it'll work.
Yeah. And this video is going to remain up like our normal services on our YouTube channel. The other thing is we are taking questions today. So if you guys have questions, just bear with us as the questions come in, because I'm going to be very honest, there is a 2-minute delay between what we do here and what you guys see. And that is in case our internet goes out, you guys won't miss a beat. So it's kind of like a 2-minute buffer for our internet. We actually can't edit anything in that 2 minutes.
That's scary.
Yeah, it's not like a Super Bowl delay. So it's as live as we can possibly get it. So when you ask that question, just give us a couple minutes for us to see the question and to be able to read it and answer it and all that jazz. But yeah, we're excited. And just a few more minutes and we'll get cooking.
I got to say, Ernest and I talked about it out in the lobby while we were sitting back very comfortable while you were working back here with the team. But it's an honor to be here for the first one. I mean, we really do appreciate that. And
absolutely.
We are happy to be your guinea pigs.
Yes.
We won't take anything personal. So it's a good training for the crew, too. What people can't see, there's a big crew back here,
Yeah,
too.
it is.
We even have someone cheering for us already.
That's right. We have a studio audience of one studio audience member. Ernest's wife, Liz, runs our First Impressions team.
So now I got to shout out, hi, Bobby.
Yeah, Steve's wife. My wife, Catherine, is watching, I hope. She is. I got confirmation. She is watching. She's watching. Well, I think the time has come, Steve, for us to get going. So we're going to switch places. So you can be front and center, and we'll just start cooking with Steve. Creamy enchiladas.
What do you want to cook tonight?
All right, I'm gonna go start on the chicken right now.
Okay, so it's really important right now. Facebook is frozen. That's sort of the first emergency thing.
Cool. We'll take a look at Facebook. So bear with us, our Facebook viewers. You can also watch it on YouTube at Park Valley Church. The chat is open as well on YouTube, or our website, parkvalleychurch.com/online. Click the big Watch Now button while we try and figure out what's happening with Facebook.
So there are certain things that take longer to do tonight, and that's cooking the chicken. We got to make sure that's done. So Ernest right now he's got a pot full of some salted water. We're turning that on to get the pot going so we can start cooking the chicken. And remember, when you cook the chicken, if you're boiling it this way, and you can bake it if you want. You could have gone out and got a rotisserie chicken and just pull the breast off a rotisserie chicken. So he's cooking the chicken now. We'll keep the water when it's finished, so because you're going to use that seasoned water for the rice. But also, I want to make sure you've got cream cheese. So if you've got cream cheese, pull it out of the fridge now. This needs to be warm for later. And same with pie dough. So if you've got the pie dough, I mean, you guys could have made pie dough, but then that's great if you did. Let me know. But I'm going to buy this little red box. So pull it out and let it start coming to room temperature.
If you're anything like me, you're buying the box.
Oh, absolutely.
I have no idea how to make pie dough. If it's outside of chicken nuggets, I have no idea how to make it, which is why we brought Steve in, obviously, professional chef.
And there was a great discussion about what we were going to cook tonight, and chicken nuggets were on the list. I mean, there was a chance.
I had to add it at some point.
But anyway, so what we're going to do, so forgive us, we're going to kind of follow a little script here that we're just a little cheat sheet. So Ernest is working on getting the chicken going, And he's turned on the oven to 375 as well. So you need the oven on now to get it hot. We're going to, so you see a lot of stuff here that's already been cooked and already been chopped. That's just kind of a way for us to stay a little bit ahead of you. But we're going to cook and roast other things as well. So like this is all the ingredients that we're going to put into the roasted corn salad. But we've already roasted and chopped just from a safety perspective. Man, I don't want to cut my finger live on TV. But we're going to roast some stuff anyway now. So Ernest is going to go back here and start roasting a few things too. Yes. So we're going to use this camera for a sec. So go ahead. We had, which camera? Here. Fresh corn that we've already shucked.
That was awesome.
No, it wasn't. Okay, so Ernest is doing that. But if you've got a stove at home that's not gas, if you've got an electric stove at home and you can't roast the vegetables like this, you certainly can get a broiler going really hot and do it in the broiler. You can use a torch, and I love these things. So we're gonna play with this also for a little bit. But there's just all kinds of ways. The whole idea is you're taking the corn and you just want to give it a little char. Taking the red pepper and giving it a little char. You're taking the poblanos that you're going to use for the enchiladas and giving it a little char.
So the blowtorch thing, I don't know, is that actually called a blowtorch? That's what it is in my mind.
It's a kitchen torch, I
Little
guess.
kitchen torch. So everything's already cooked. You're just adding like a little crispiness to the top.
Well, yeah, but those aren't cooked. So we're not cooking
Okay.
any of the vegetables.
Okay.
So the only time like the green chilies are going to get cooked is when they go in the oven inside the enchilada. So
Okay.
right now we're just getting an awful lot of flavor. You all right? Mm-hmm. Ernest has no feeling in his fingers. That's good. And no hair on his arms. It all burns off.
He cooks a lot on that massive grill we got here in Haymarket. That'll singe the hair off your arms sometimes.
So let me just kind of show you some of the things that we've also done a little bit, because right now you've got chopped cilantro, that you're going to use an awful lot of chopped cilantro at some point. We've got chopped or sliced jalapenos that we're going to use for garnishes. We've already peeled some onions that we're going to chop in a little bit. These are the roasted green chilies that we've already diced and we've seeded. So there's a little kind of a charred skin there. Chopped up scallions, some garlic that we'll chop up in a minute. These are some roasted habaneros and some roasted jalapenos. The jalapenos and habaneros have been chopped, and there's one more that hasn't been chopped. If you like things a little bit hotter, this is where your heat's coming from. Just a regular habanero. So at some point, depending on if we need some really entertainment factors here, we're going to see how you eat these. Shredded cheese, and then on the tray that Ernest has got, all of our citrus. We've got lots of limes and lots of lemons. All right? How are we doing back there?
Getting good.
We're doing good. Now it's time to slow down a little bit. We're getting ahead of ourselves.
And so Ernest is just doing what you would do with the kitchen torch over
Yes.
the burner.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I could take this and I could turn this thing on. And I just want that nice char on here. It's going to help peel the skin off. It's going to soften the flesh a little bit. It starts to get kind of hot.
And that's the easy way to do it.
It's just the easy way as long as you don't hurt yourself.
So if someone is at home and they don't have a gas stove and they don't have a kitchen torch, like they're working on an electric stove, what would be the strategy?
I would get the broiler up and I would use the broiler. If you put just a
Okay.
little bit of oil on the outside of the peppers and the corn, you could do the same thing under a broiler, and it would take 3 or 4 minutes to do it under a hot broiler.
Okay. I don't know if you guys can hear this torch, but it sounds intense.
Sounds like a jet engine.
A little
doesn't it?
bit, a little bit. So you want it nice and dark.
I do. And if I let it sit for a little bit, especially if it was like in a bag for a few minutes, this skin will just peel right off when I'm ready for it.
Okay. And you said that helps peel the skin off. Does it give it kind of any
It's
flavoring?
sweetening a little bit. It's the sugars in that pepper are going to be a little bit sweeter now.
Okay. Sweet.
So now it's off, but don't touch, it's hot.
That was a pun I did not intend for.
What did you do?
So I said sweet. That's
Sweet, sweet,
I had to
sweet.
explain it.
A lot of times you can take, with this, you can take a rag and you can kind of rub off the skin now. So the skin will come off real easy. This is a great way. You can make a sauce with this. You can make a coulis. You can put this into the different salads. I like a little bit of the skin still in there. There's no reason to take all the skin off.
So you can eat the skin.
Oh, sure.
Nothing bad about it.
No, nothing at all. It just got a little charness to it. It's hot right now.
All right, Steve.
It looks like Ernest has
Thank you,
finished
sir.
charring up our vegetables.
So let's go ahead and cut this real quick. So it just peels right out. You take the center out.
Okay.
This pith inside is real bitter, and so we want to take the kind of the white pith out.
What about the seeds? Do you want to try and get as many of the seeds out as possible, or is that not too big of a deal?
No, I mean, I guess it's not a really big deal, but it's just it doesn't add anything to the dish. The seeds are all coming out. Yeah. There you go.
Thank you.
While we're doing this, again, teamwork, so if there's two of you at home doing this, that would be great. Otherwise, you're already falling behind.
And of course, there are always questions in the chat. If you have questions, feel free to ask those. Once again, we do have a 2-minute delay, so take us a couple minutes to answer those questions. But yes, and I think Ernest is going to start chopping up the cilantro, right?
Yep. So while Ernest is doing that, you can watch him a little bit. Cilantro is one of those great things. The entire plant is edible.
We're going to get this chip bowl out of the way here.
So he can take that cilantro and chop every single thing to put into a sauce. Parsley, you would never do that. Like parsley, you're going to take just a leaf. But cilantro, the entire plant's edible.
All right.
I took your rag, sorry.
So there's any like strategy to cutting the, I forget what it is, the cilantro that Ernest is cutting?
That green stuff?
Yeah.
It's washed, first off. So cilantro, what kind of gas for the torch? Good question. So the gas actually has to match the dispenser, the top. They're not always interchangeable. So this is from Chef Master. So it's a Chef Master canister of butane fuel, and it's the matching Chef Master torch on top. But they don't always work, different brands.
Yeah, that was a great question from Sam.
Thanks, Sam.
Yeah, so while Ernest is chopping up the cilantro, Ernest, is there any kind of like rhyme or reason as to what you're doing, or are you just chopping it up as much as you can?
Just chopping up as much as I can. That's what the recipe calls for.
Yeah.
After we washed it. Cilantro a lot of times grows in sand, and it's really
Interesting.
dirty. So you
Yeah, it's
really
very
got to
dirty.
wash that
One of those like
well.
little grindy sand bits while you're
Can
chewing.
you smell it? If people at home can't.
Oh, yeah,
but,
it gets
I mean,
strong.
There's a strong smell. People like cilantro or they hate cilantro.
I
There's
kinda
no
like it.
middle.
I feel like I'm in the middle though.
Yeah, I'm in the middle.
I don't want to be smelling cilantro all day long, but it's not terrible. It's not like onions.
No.
I chopped some onions one time. I didn't think the odor would make me cry that much, and oh, it did.
Did it really?
Yeah.
All right. You want to cut those? You
Yeah,
feel
I'll chop these up.
Chopping up here. Let me give you a knife.
All right.
Yep. I'll give you the little knife, Zach.
This is
That's sharp. This is a sharp
big.
knife.
This is big for a
These
little
are,
knife
These are the
right
knives
here.
that I used to travel with.
So is it the same deal? No rhyme or reason. Just want to get it nice
Yeah,
tiny
but a
bits.
lot of times what's easy is you kind of, because now it's real soft, just mash it down.
Squish it with the hand first.
And now you want to kind of just try to get it into long
Okay.
strips, all about the same length.
Oh yeah.
Okay. At this rate, we'll be here for 2 days, but that's good.
I'm sure our HR department doesn't want me to chop a finger off,
And I'm sure you're right.
or our production crew who's going to get a taste of this when we're done.
Man, there's nothing better than a nice roasted, fresh red pepper, yellow pepper, any of them.
Yeah. And I will say I've cut these, I guess, raw before, and it is 10 times easier to cut.
So these are poblanos that should we roast in the oven now? Yes. Yeah, so whatever we're doing now, if you're trying to have a chance of eating about 8:30 tonight, try to be doing it while we're doing it. If we're going too fast, let us know. Thanks, Rhonda.
Yes. And
And,
just
if, and if that's the Rhonda who gave me some empanadas the other day, awesome. Thanks, Rhonda.
she knows what she's doing.
She does.
So Yeah, this video, just to reiterate, will be up after the fact too. So if you did miss something, you can go back and watch it later on, or if you just want to. Sometimes I like to see things happen first and then go back and cook it, or work on my car, or whatever it is. That's just me though.
You're doing all right. So, okay, that's not
How's
bad
this?
for a start.
Smaller?
Can I show you a little bit?
Yeah, go ahead.
I'm sorry, I just got some stuff here. So, we were trying to get things to all to be the same size. Thank you.
Oh, look at that.
I cut myself way too many times. So you see, this part's not leaving the table,
Right.
and the fingers are tucked up right under the knife. That's what's guiding me.
Okay.
I'm not going to have a chance to cut the bottom of my finger.
So you're kind of making sure your knuckles are out further.
It's the guide.
So your knuckles bump up against the side of the knife, preventing your fingers from going underneath.
That would be the plan.
That would be the
That would be
plan.
the plan. So we don't really need these for anything because we've already got
We've already chopped them
roasted.
up.
So let me just switch out here to a different cutting board. Here. Thank you. Did you like the knife?
I do like the knife. Is that one of your personal knives?
This is one of my personal ones that when I used to go traveling around the country, that's why they've all got the orange tape on it. So people would know, like, hey, that's Steve's knife, don't take it. I used to have really, really, really expensive knives, and I took them on a trip once, and after that trip I had one really expensive knife. So these are just traditional regular
I guess it's kind of
knives.
like construction workers and their tools out on the job site.
And you need this stuff.
They
It's
will
important.
grow legs and walk away.
All right, so you want to make the salad? Is that where we're at now, or what are we
Yes,
doing?
Well, drain the pineapples. We hit pineapples.
So the pineapple, you can use canned pineapple, you can use fresh pineapple. We just, for time's sake, used canned pineapple. I think I would probably prefer fresh, but they've not looked great lately. Pineapples aren't what they used to be. They used to be these big, beautiful things that cost a little bit of money. Now they're so cheap, but they're just so blah.
Yeah. And what would be the strategy of straining them? I know we have kind of a cool little tiny strainer. Can you use any old strainer to kind of put those things in?
Yeah.
Or
Everybody's got like colanders or whatever at home.
you do the old
You can
old
use a
lid
big
trick?
old colander if you want. We just used a little small one.
Okay.
We're not making tons of stuff here, but it's got to be dry. It can't have all the stuff in it because it will just destroy the pie dough if it's wet.
Yes.
So that's going good. So you want to make the. Ernest and I kind of walked through all this ahead of time. I think we're probably so far off what we talked about doing, but we're doing okay.
You're doing okay.
So this was drained black beans, the chopped up diced tomatoes. This is the roasted corn. So you saw Ernest roast this corn. Let me take this for 1 second. That's right. All we did with this is we're just going to cut it right off the cob. So we took that and just put it straight down into the bowl. It's not hot anymore. It's easy to handle and touch. You could have used frozen corn if you wanted. I don't think I would ever use canned corn, but
Corn on
that's
cob's
good.
the best.
And if you really want to kind of make it sweet, you can use the back of the knife to kind of get some of this milk out. That's where a lot of the flavor is. Making a mess though too. All right. So now Ernest is just going to combine all these ingredients. So the black beans, the tomatoes, the roasted corn, chopped cilantro, red peppers, and some chopped scallions, green onions.
So there's no specific order you need to put these things in. We're just tossing them all
We're
together.
just tossing it. And you're looking at going, but wait, this is a lot more than we're doing. Well, yeah, we're cooking a lot more. You've got, your recipes are for 2 people. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There's about 8 or 9 of us here. And we're all going to eat as soon as this is over.
Nice.
Sorry, sweetheart, but we're going to have dinner.
Hopefully Bobby's not waiting for you.
Once this corn relish is done, we're just going to kind of put it to the side. So the chicken is right now cooking. We're still waiting for it. When this is done, it'll be almost there. So look at all the colors.
Yeah, that's good. And so the chicken, is there a certain amount of time you want to leave it in there, or a certain like temperature we need to get the chicken to?
Yeah, that
165.
There you go. Look at
165.
Mr.
Ernest
Pro.
said.
165 degrees, and that chicken was nice, and it was not frozen at all. It was nice and just cold. It'll probably take 12 to 14 minutes.
Okay. And so typically you want to pull it out, let it thaw out, kind of. let the temperature get to like room temperature and then put it in?
I would do that if it was beef. With chicken, I'd probably just leave it right in the fridge.
Okay.
Chicken is a lot more temperamental, and you can really get sick easy with chicken. So
I know, I always have a fear whenever I cook chicken and I don't do chicken nuggets that I didn't cook
is
it
that
enough.
real chicken? I know
I'm not
Chick-fil-A is
sure.
real chicken, but is anybody else?
Is there imitation chicken?
I don't know.
I don't know if that's.
Shoot, there's something called TVP,
Put it,
textured vegetable protein. You can make it look like anything.
Put it in the chat. Do you know if there is imitation chicken in existence? I guess, what's the tofu? You can kind of
Yeah,
supposedly make it taste like anything, but.
Tofu's awesome.
Is it?
Yeah, if you let it really marinate
Ernest
overnight.
don't like it. No tofu for Ernest.
Oh, it's good stuff.
I don't know if I've ever had it.
Well, okay.
do that.
If you'd like to see a cooking class with tofu, let us know.
That's right.
Anything but chicken nuggets. All
I
right,
don't know.
so
There is a strategy to chicken nuggets.
how we doing on time, you at home? So I don't want to get ahead of you too much. So we have 3 people, and I spent 2 hours before this getting ready. So I know you're going, wait a sec, slow down. So roasted corn, the diced tomatoes, and we seeded those tomatoes. You don't have to, but I didn't want this real wet. So to seed a tomato, we don't have any more tomatoes. We just cut a tomato and I squeezed it, that's all. You just squeeze it and let all the seeds and the juice come out. I just wanted the meat. So you don't see any extra liquid in here.
Okay.
And this is these were the canned black beans. Big fan of Goya.
Okay.
And I don't know what, and I'm not picking on Goya, I don't know what they actually put these beans in, but you gotta rinse these. So when you open this and pour it into another colander like we'd had the pineapple,
Yeah.
you absolutely have to rinse it because this will just be nasty. So we rinsed it under running water for a while, so that's 1 can in there.
Okay.
You know, if we had a bigger party, we'd add another can.
Depends how much you like beans, I guess.
But this is what we use. And you don't
Yeah.
have to use, you could have used kidney beans, you could have used
Now let's say
pintos.
someone's doing this at home and they have some extra liquid in this bowl. If they're using a spoon like we're using here,
Yeah,
would
Slotted.
that kind of help drain it out?
absolutely. So yeah, having a slotted spoon to serve would be a big help.
So it's not the end of the world if there's a little liquid in it.
no.
It's not going to ruin anything.
No, it's not going to ruin anything. It's just going to, especially when you're talking about anything in a, our audience is laughing, so these flour tortillas that we're going to use are like sponges on a plate. So if you've got a lot of extra juice in anything, it's going to get that flour
Absorb
tortilla.
it, start breaking apart.
You're going to be like, I'm eating a no flavor marshmallow with
Yes.
some green sauce on it.
Not marshmallows don't have that much flavor to begin with.
I got to be careful where your mind goes.
We need to have
I
like
could have you down a
if
rabbit
you want to have a
hole.
s'mores cooking class, put it in the chat. I'm not a fan of burning the mallow. I think you got to slow roast it above the flame.
Really?
Some people just light that sucker on fire. People are agreeing. S'mores. Our production crew is agreeing. I don't know about anybody else.
Drama in a s'more. You know what you can do with a s'more? If you always make too many and deliberately make too many, and then freeze them and eat them the next day cold, I'm telling you, it's a new thing. It's really good when you see it on a recipe on a restaurant's menu. It's because of me.
Yes. So I think we were just getting a shot at what Ernest was doing back
Well,
here.
it's just stirring up the chicken.
Just checking on it, making
Yeah,
sure
the
it's
chicken is
good.
just about done.
So we got a thermometer.
And are there certain thermometers that are better than others, or is there a certain way to
absolutely.
do the thermometer?
Make sure it's calibrated.
Oh, you have to calibrate it.
You're kidding. Well, it's dead.
Our thermometer is
What
dead.
happened? This was working yesterday. So what not to do? This is a great thermometer, and this is about a 4-year-old battery, so that would probably explain the problem. So we're gonna eyeball it.
So what do you look for when you eyeball it? I feel
I don't
like there's
want-
probably a good amount of people.
I don't want any pink chicken.
No pink.
The chicken
We do have
is,
we do have a question from Stacy. She says, "Was Pastor Steve a chef before a pastor?"
yes.
Yes. We're actually going to talk a little bit more about that later on while some stuff is cooking. But so for now, we can just set this aside.
No, we're gonna actually dress it. It's not done.
Oh, it's not done. All
We're,
right.
we're gonna dress it. So we have a recipe. You have the recipe at home. So the honey, the olive oil. Okay, so the chicken's not quite done. Thank
More
you.
minutes. So when you eyeball the chicken, what are you looking for to know that it's done?
No pink, really. It's
No
just
pink.
Seriously, no pink, and then let it go for another 5 minutes to make sure there's no pink.
Okay.
You can get away with undercooking almost anything except
Chicken.
chicken.
So what do you look for it to be overdone? Is there like a sign if you start to get a little too close to
These will be overdone because the chicken thigh has got fat on, especially on one end. If that fat's really gone, then we know we've gone too far.
Okay.
You know, it's rendered all the fat out. One vote for
we
tofu.
have one vote for
One
tofu.
vote for tofu. All right. Yay!
Yay. All right, I'm gonna take it out.
And so while some of this stuff is still going on in the background, we did send you guys
Yeah,
if you
we did
registered. And once again, if you didn't register, just
looking
email
for-
me, Zach, Z-A-C, at
What do we need?
parkvalleychurch.com.
We need
We send you a couple recipes
honey,
for
olive
some
oil,
guacamole and for
cumin,
some
salt,
salsa, so
lime
you can
juice.
kind of be
Can we do all that?
munching as you cook. The other reason we know this is a bit past dinner time for some, so about 7:30,
Oh,
okay.
it'll be about that time. But yeah, we did taste test some of this guacamole ahead of time.
Oh, that's right.
I think some of the production crew, Alex, our video switcher, he tasted the watermelon salsa.
There's a water. Yeah. So that was a surprise. There was
That
a
was a
watermelon
surprise.
here. So we did a watermelon.
It's good.
So the first one in the blue is just traditional regular
Salsa.
salsa. Guacamole. I always like to make my guacamole just very plain. If you want to add more, you can. But once it's in there, it's there. You can't take it out. The third one is a really hot. There's some roasted habaneros in that
Okay.
red salsa.
Make the sinuses run.
Yeah, but it tastes so good. I mean, habaneros by themselves, one of the best recipes for a simple, very hot salsa is equal parts oven roasted habaneros to onion with a couple of cloves of garlic and then some cilantro and lime juice. And you just blend that till it's smooth, and I'm telling you,
I'm gonna try the spicy one. You want a nibble?
no, not on camera.
No.
Thank you.
All right, here we
It
go.
sneaks up on you.
We have a question from Rhonda. She said, "How long does it take to roast the veggies?"
If you're doing it in the oven, it's probably going to take 6 or 7 minutes, 6 minutes, if the broiler's hot. But if you're just roasting in a hot oven, it could take a while, and you're going to end up cooking it and make it more mush. You're really not trying to cook it so much, but just get that caramelized flavor in the skin. How's
salsa
it going
is
there?
spicy. That'll make the sinuses
You're
run.
wishing it was a chicken tender right now, or chicken nugget.
I mean, I like a little spice. It's not bad, especially, I like to have my sinuses run sometimes. I don't know about anybody else.
So since you're already numb, you want to go for it?
Might as well. We got some time, right?
We got some time.
People are catching up. I got some chips for it when it's too hot, right?
You're gonna. This has been washed. You're gonna bite, or you want me to cut a little piece off?
I think I'll just bite. Is that a mistake? My studio audience.
Well, it's okay. Just don't bite too far, and we don't have any milk. So if you
Okay.
have any milk and you're gonna do this at home, now's the time for
I'm gonna
milk.
do a little nibble. A little nibble.
And don't touch your eyes after you've.
Don't touch my
Don't
eyes.
touch your-
All right, so a little nibble. We do have a question coming in. Bobby, Steve's wife, wishes she were here for the food. I think that's true. There might be some take home.
For Bobby, there'll be some take home. Thank
right.
you, sweetheart.
If anybody, Bobby deserves it. Bobby actually operates our finances here at Park
right.
Valley Church, which is quite the job.
Thank you.
Here we go.
Oh, not that much. Seriously, not that
Not
much.
that much. All right.
Give it a sec.
Give it a second. It's a slow fade. It's not bad right now.
You okay?
I'm good so
So
far.
let me tell you the secret, and thank you, because you're making my point for me. A chili is always hotter at the top.
Towards the stem.
So if you're ever gonna have a little $5 bet with someone, and don't do it, but eat at the bottom, because whoever eats the bottom is gonna have a little bit less heat, and it's only gonna get worse as you go up.
It's almost like with the color, as the color gets more saturated.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's just this one, but
These tend to be from red to yellow, so you just never quite know. But
it wasn't bad at all.
there's been times where we would roast, like 50 pounds of these at once,
Oh,
and
yeah?
it would clear a building. I mean, you get these oils into the air, and it hurts.
Well, that kind of operate like an onion, like you kind of start breathing it in
Yeah.
and making your eyes water. Someone voted for s'mores. They say they're interested in doing s'mores. I don't know how long that would be. It'd be like
And
10
3
minutes.
votes for tofu.
3 votes for tofu. I think you might know the next time
we gotta make
Cookies
some.
with Steve comes around, what we want to do.
So Ernest needs some lemon juice for the. I hate kitchen gadgets. You don't see a lot of kitchen gadgets at my house, but this I love. This is just a little juicer that I saw at Walmart, and I'm like, what? But we got to juice a lemon.
Juice a lemon.
So if you've got a juicer, if you don't, you can just squeeze it and show how strong you are. But he needs some lemon juice for the dressing for the corn.
Now, if you don't have something like this, can you just squeeze the lemon?
Oh, sure.
I think that's what Chick-fil-A does. I've seen the
But
employees
they
sometimes.
don't anymore.
No.
I used to run a couple of Chick-fil-A's, and we would have people cutting lemons all day long.
Wow.
Just found out Chick-fil-A now sends them fresh lemon juice. Someone else is cutting it on a
Oh.
machine somewhere.
Secret's out, Chick-fil-A. The secret is
And
out.
I wasn't supposed to say that on camera. I'm sorry, but I won't say who told me. It was
I will say, I
someone
do
at a
love-
Chick-fil-A in California.
I do love me some Chick-fil-A.
Yeah.
Delicious.
Chicken tenders,
That's-
chicken nuggets.
Can't go wrong with some chicken tenders.
So how we doing, Ernest?
We are good.
So Ernest is making the dressing. He's going to come over here in a second and toss into the corn a little salt. Do you deliver?
Sandra asked, "Do we deliver?" Not yet, Sandra. Not yet. It'd be awesome if we could. I think Yusuf, you can hop on that train.
Here, he's
deliver.
going to come over. There you go.
All right.
So
there we go.
it's not a lot of dressing. There's a lot of flavor already in everything that we're doing. It's just honey, lemon juice, little salt. What else was in there? Little cumin.
A little cumin.
You like it sweeter, add more honey. You like it less sweet, don't use honey.
All right. So the honey just controls the sweetness.
Absolutely.
Now I've heard this. I'm not sure if it's true. Does honey expire?
I've never held honey long enough to know that. Honey certainly will get hard after a while. It can get a little crystallized, but we just would put it in some hot water or put
Be
it in
good
the
to go.
microwave, and it was fine.
Wanna put
So-
the chicken on the.
Our camera operator Griff gave me this signal when I said, "Does honey expire?" So he's saying so. I'm not sure.
That's good
I
stuff.
feel like everything's got
Is it good?
inspiration.
Anybody wanna
Is it
taste
good?
it?
I'll take a little taste. We got an extra spoon.
No double dipping on the spoons, though.
Yeah.
That's right.
I don't like tomatoes, but
I'm sorry.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like cilantro right now. There's a different taste in this cilantro. That's the thing. When you're using fresh, you never quite know what you're getting.
not bad.
I feel like it's a little sweet, and then the cilantro adds a little bitterness. I think we have another question or statement. The audience wants to know if Zach is okay from the pepper. I'm good. I bit very low away from the stem, so I'm good right now. I actually didn't. I thought the salsa was more spicy than the portion of the pepper I ate.
Is that salsa's got that little bit's got two of those chopped up
those in
in,
it.
there. So
It's a good thing you stopped me from
that's
biting
good.
off more than I should
But
have.
if you want, I mean, if you want to see Zach sweat, we could test these jalapenos.
Oh goodness.
I don't know. These are some sliced jalapenos here,
Jalapenos.
but it's up to you.
I mean, why not? You know.
Okay.
Liz,
You
our
always-
studio audience
you always
is giving
go
me.
one
She's not
too
sure
far.
about it.
Yeah.
All right. Here we go.
Yeah, sit down. No, just sit it on the cutting board. Yum. What?
Oh, it's setting in now.
There you go.
Oh yes.
So that's a little bit hotter than habanero.
That's not bad though. I don't know if more's gonna set in, but oh yeah, more's setting in. My voice is starting to change with that one.
So it's not do we deliver, it's do you deliver? Can someone bring us some milk? milk or crackers? Why do you always have chips at a... Who let Ernest handle a knife?
Who asked that question?
Jay.
Jay.
Jay
Ernest
tried.
is probably one of the most qualified people
Jay
here to handle a
tries.
knife.
Yum.
Ooh, I'm gonna have to get a chip. Try and get some of the spiciness out.
Yeah, don't drink a soda.
No, or water. It just spreads it around, right?
Yeah, you want that out of your mouth. A cracker, a chip, milk. So Ernest is
Pulling out the chicken.
removing the chicken. It's boring. It's like gray. Like what's the point? It's in an enchilada. It's not center of the plate. No one's ever going to see it. We just want the flavor in there, and we want it to be nice and tender. So we're going to chop that up in a minute. Then we're going to make our filling,
Okay.
and then Ernest is also going to start cooking the rice. So we've got basmati rice. You can cook whatever kind of rice you want, but we have some basmati rice. It has a nicer, softer texture. It's got a nice kind of a popcorny smell when it's cooking. And we're going to cook this in the water that the chicken just came out of.
Okay. And is that like a quick cook rice or no?
It's not a par cooked rice. So
Okay.
Uncle Ben's and a lot of those other brands are par cooked. This is just plain old fragrant rice. It's good long grain rice. The longer grains tend to be a little bit less starchy, and
Okay.
it'll be nice.
So about how long does rice take to cook?
This will probably take 15, 16 minutes, something like that.
Okay.
Because the water's already hot, it'd probably be a little bit less.
Yeah.
But-
And are you cooking that in water we've already used?
Yep.
Yeah, we use
So we're
the
taking
chicken.
that seasoned water now.
Okay.
So that works great, unless for some reason you like to make like rice pudding. Then that wouldn't work with leftovers.
We don't know that.
No, just 1 cup. 1 cup of that to 1.5 cups of the water. And each rice is a little bit different. This is a 1.5 to 1 ratio. So you could cook 3 cups of rice. You just need 4.5 cups of water. So it's hot. So look at, so the chicken is hot, but it's got the fat, and you just kind of take your knife a little bit and you can kind of pull some of this off. If this was not quite so hot and I wasn't in a hurry, I'd let it sit here for a little bit. But no one wants to eat that.
For the fat chunk.
It's funny because, you know, people will buy tenderloin and they'll go, tenderloin's terrible. Well, you got a clean tenderloin, you know. People don't understand, and it's really, I wish I hadn't cut all my avocados up, because you got to make sure you're getting the right kind of avocado. Avocados that are too squishy, don't touch them. Don't buy them.
So you want to be nice and firm.
You want
You
to,
get them from the store.
yeah, if it's too firm, then you can just put it in a paper bag for 3 or 4 days on a counter and it'll soften right up.
Okay.
But you definitely want a little squeeze, but not much.
Okay.
Go.
Pastor Steve.
Thank you, countless
viewers are
Countless.
excited.
Are there
about
that
it.
many people we can't even count now?
This is great. We did, when I was doing high school ministry, we did some video filming at your house.
That's right, we did,
We-
didn't we? That one-
And I think we just made chicken nuggets, actually. But the intent of the video was to do humor. So we burnt some of the nuggets. They would come in. The waitresses would eat them, which was Brooklyn and McKenna.
That's right.
They would eat half of the
I
chicken
don't-
nuggets.
I don't know if they're my friends anymore after that. Yeah. I abused them. There was a scene where I was yelling at them. Remember?
Yes. Put them to work.
I made them wash their hands. Everybody, because of COVID now, knows how to wash their hands.
Right.
But before COVID, you just wash it. You better sing happy birthday to yourself to wash your hands in
I heard
hot water.
sing happy birthday twice.
That's probably
yourself.
overkill, but okay.
Overkill. Can you overwash your hands, though? I don't know if that's...
don't
Oh,
know.
you can. Okay. Good to know. Good
I mean,
to know.
shoot, and working in restaurants, you know, in the wintertime, you're wearing all these gloves, you're washing your hands would just bleed. You get so dry sometimes. And then
Yeah.
if you're going to cut citrus, oh my gosh, that'll wake you up.
Yeah. So, cutting the chicken, how small do you want these cuts to be, or how big?
It's actually it's an important question, because this is going inside a tortilla and with other stuff, and they all need to be about the same size. You want the idea is you don't want just a big chunk of chicken and nothing else.
Right.
You want a little bit of everything.
I know I've been to the Mexican restaurant where you bite into something and the rest of it comes out with it.
We're
It's on your shirt.
we're gonna cut it probably 1/4 inch size pieces.
Okay. And so right now you're just kind of trimming off the gristle, the fat.
Yeah. I didn't do it ahead of time because it's all right being in the stock. Now it's added more flavor to the water.
Okay.
But now we just want it gone. All right.
Broken thermometer.
I'm so sorry about the thermometer.
I think it was good. What to do if something goes wrong?
But a thermometer is really important. I should at least, that thermometer is a great commercial thermometer. You don't want the old dial thermometers that have the little hand that
They'll
goes
tell
around.
you like turkey, chicken, beef.
Yeah, because those things aren't accurate and they're very sensitive. If you drop them, you got to recalibrate it. So this is actually a very good one. And all you need to do, you'll always be able to look on the stem of a thermometer. There's either going to be a bump like this,
Okay.
or there's going to be a little hole. You got to make sure you get all the way to that point. So some of the cheaper ones, the hole's way up here. You got to stick this thing all the way in.
Yeah.
Here, I can just, because it's sensing the temperature right here on the tip, all I'm doing is that. And it would, if it had a good battery.
You want to make sure you don't stick it too far to hit the pan, right? 'Cause that would
Exactly.
mess up
Yeah,
the
because then everything's done and
temperature.
it's not done.
Yeah. Oh, we do have a question from Sandra. Don't read out loud. Oh,
Wait.
no, read out loud the question. Sorry. When did you start a cooking show? When? Today.
Today's the first one.
Just today. So we are doing online campus events, stuff you can do. Something you can do kind of, at home with either your spouse or your family or whatever. Maybe sit down and watch a movie afterwards. So, yeah.
It works. All right. So we're just chopping these into little pieces.
Okay.
How we doing? Rice is going.
Well, you guys do the rice. I'm gonna go check on something real quick with our production crew, and
Okay.
then I'll be back in 2 shakes of a
All right.
lamb's tail.
I'm gonna get a bowl real quick. We're gonna be able to mix the chicken with the chilies and the different things. Thank you. You can, where am I going here? Thank you. I use the back of the knife to pick up things a lot of times. It's all good?
Yeah, we're all good.
We missed you.
Oh, thanks. It's just on the other side of the room. So you're cutting these up pretty small.
Yeah, I really want, in every single bite in that enchilada, I want you to get a little green chili.
I'm gonna take a little taste test here.
Shouldn't have much flavor. It's just going to be kind of
Tastes like chicken,
taste like chicken.
which is never bad.
It's not breaded and fried though.
That's true.
So are we keeping up with people, or are we getting ahead of people? Are we
I think
getting
we're
any?
doing good so far. Looks like Yusuf is coming in with another question.
I
Oh,
vote-
somebody votes for chicken tenders.
but they didn't put their name on it, so I don't know. You can't own
right.
your vote.
There is an art to some things like that, you know.
Sure, I
You
mean,
gotta,
there's-
you gotta know your machine that you're working with, whether it's an air fryer or an oven.
Oh, so okay. So tell the people at home the perfect way to cook, and tell them the best chicken nugget.
The best chicken nugget.
What?
Oh, we got another
besides
question from Rhonda coming in. She votes for chicken tenders too. So I think the best company that makes chicken tenders, chicken nuggets is Purdue.
Okay.
That's my personal favorite. And I like to use the air fryer that you actually gifted me. You and Bobby gifted me and my wife. I feel like it's quicker. You know, normally you stick them in the oven, you got to wait like 15, 20 minutes. Air fryer is like maybe 10,
yeah,
if that.
and it's crispy.
It's pretty crispy, yeah. So that's what
Do you
I enjoy.
do anything with them, or are you just like have a special dipping
So,
sauce? Or
Walmart has this chicken dipping sauce. I don't know if you guys have discovered this.
is it dippin? Dippin?
I believe so, with like an apostrophe at the end.
Okay.
And it's supposed to imitate Chick-fil-A sauce, which you're starting to be able to buy in stores a little here and there. But that is pretty delicious. I did try their fried dipping sauce,
Okay.
which I thought was nasty. But chicken dipping sauce is where it's at.
All right. Do we have any in your desk upstairs?
No, no. I usually go home for lunch.
Yeah. When Zach moved closer to the church, he lost all of his fun trips to go out and get other stuff. All right. So now we're going to make the filling. So we've chopped up. I think your recipe probably said for 2 chicken tenders. You could have used it, or chicken tenders. It's on my mind now. Chicken
It's
thighs.
stuck on your mind.
You could have used a chicken breast. You know, chicken breasts are definitely drier. There's not a lot of fat in there. It's a lot more lean, so it won't be as soft. Chicken thighs I like because they just absorb the flavor.
Okay.
You can put anything on a chicken thigh, let it sit for a little while, and it's going to have a nice flavor like tofu.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah, like
I said yeah, like
Yeah.
I know what tofu
Yeah.
tastes like.
What? Tofu?
Ernest is shaking in disagreement. I'm over here in wonder of what tofu's like, and Steve loves it. So let us know in the chats. Are you a tofu fan? Not a tofu fan? Our studio audience is saying no, which is just Liz. We do have a question coming in. Thoughts to make it keto?
Keto. You'll have to explain what keto is.
So keto is a diet. I'm honestly not too sure.
Come on,
High
studio
fat,
audience.
low carb.
Low carb.
High fat, low carb.
High fat, low carb. Well, we're doing. This has got a lot of cheese in it. There's going to be a lot of cream cheese in it.
So you can kind of either scale back the cheese or get rid of the cheese.
But if you want the protein, you want the cheese.
The chicken would have protein.
Chicken's got protein. You know, there's got to be. These are flour tortillas. A corn tortilla, I think, would have been a much better choice. We're not doing corn tortillas today though, because they tend to crack easy, and I want this to look pretty. I want this to
Yeah.
look because I'm confident that the flour tortilla won't crack. It'll roll nice.
And I guess theoretically, you could do this all without a tortilla.
Absolutely.
You just kind of mix it all together in a bowl, and that would get rid of kind of the bread-ish option.
Thank you.
Trail them.
And so we put the tortillas in the microwave.
Yep.
Is there any rhyme or reason as to why the microwave and not the oven? Is one better than the other?
The microwave's faster.
Okay.
Yeah, that's all. It's just faster.
So there's no rhyme or reason as to why the microwave versus the oven.
Open that for me.
Just a little bit quicker.
So Ernest is opening the green chili enchilada sauce. You can make this at home, and I've made it many times at home, but we would have been here a lot longer. But this is a brand that's Las Palmas. I like it. Walmart's got it, and a lot of other places have it. But the green chili enchilada sauce, not the green salsa. Can we have a Thanksgiving
Hannah
cooking with
Sudlow,
Steve?
one of our employees, said, "Can we have a Thanksgiving cooking with Steve?" That's not a terrible idea. Have you cook up a whole dinner? We could feed the staff.
We could feed the staff. We could do that. And you don't hear me saying yes or no. we will talk about that at some point.
Oh yes, maybe you'll train me enough. I'll be a professional chef.
Hannah, answer this question. If I train Zach, will you let him cook Thanksgiving for you? I want to see if Hannah responds.
You could have like turkey tenders, like chicken tenders, right? I mean, just chop it the right way.
All right, so we're making the sauce. So it's really very simple. You've got a recipe for, your recipe at home says you were using 1 poblano. So this was the poblano that it started with.
Okay.
So we've already roasted them and we've already chopped them. So this is the poblano. Seed this if you're using canned. Seed this. So we're going to add that. You're going to be using 2 skinless chicken breasts. Oh, I said breasts on here. What a surprise! Breasts.
It's really not too much of a difference,
we
right?
cooked thighs. Cream cheese, sour cream, and shredded Colby Jack, and then the green chili enchilada sauce. So you're taking 10 ounces of sauce, and you're going to use half of that in here now, and the other half we're going to use in a second. No tofu.
Kiefer says no tofu with an exclamation point. at the end.
Okay, Gunny.
I feel like that means he's surprised that we're not using tofu.
So I know what the consistency I like is. If you follow the recipe, you're going to get a nice consistency in here that's not real wet. But if you want more of something, you can always add more of something.
That's true. I think same thing we kind of been talking about. The more wet we make it, the more that tortilla is going to fall apart, right?
Right.
Cream cheese.
Yeah, where'd I put the sour cream?
So we are looking for our sour cream.
Right here, Steve.
Oh, we got it back here, right behind me here.
Thank you.
Looks like we may have another question coming in here
Thank you.
shortly.
Cream cheese.
Okay, sorry. There's another one coming?
He's writing it out. He's writing it out.
And this is one you don't have to use sour cream if you wanted to use, yogurt instead. A lot of times I'll use just a Greek yogurt now, and it works great.
And this is the sour cream?
That's sour cream, the green chili sauce, the chicken,
And that's it right now.
the green chilies are going in.
Green chili's going in.
Oh, this is going to be so good. When this starts to cook and starts to bake and you really are going to start to smell it,
Yes. I have not eaten dinner yet. I don't know about you guys at home.
well, eat some more.
A question from my mother-in-law, Karen Morris. She says, Zach and his generic Chick-fil-A sauce. It's a good find. It's a good find. My wife and I, we also found some really good sugar-free ketchup. Sugar-free ketchup, believe it or not, it is delicious. Some sugar-free barbecue sauce, I'm telling you.
Cilantro's going in
good.
there now.
Sugar-free stuff has come a long
But
way.
I want to hear about the sugar-free. What is it? Sweet or is it like blah?
I think it tastes a little bit better. I think it's less sweet, and I think that's why I like it.
A lot less sweet.
And I think that's why I like it more than the other
Okay.
thing. But
Would you put it on a hot dog? Would you eat
oh,
a hot
yeah.
dog?
That would be my go-to ketchup.
Will you eat a hot dog at the church picnic?
Yes.
Plug for the church
There
picnic
is a church
here.
picnic coming up. You have some more details on the church picnic?
Church picnic is going to be. You guys are such an awesome church as far as helping, loving, and giving.
My mother-in-law, we go to their house every year for Thanksgiving. She just said in the chat, Zach is not cooking our Thanksgiving dinner. Which I feel like I can sit back, watch the parade.
And that was no question either. That
football
was
games.
a statement.
statement.
But anyway, back to me. We're talking about you or me.
Church picnic.
Church picnic, Sunday, July 18th.
July 18th.
1 o'clock to 4 o'clock.
That's right. In Warrenton, actually. Right?
Well, same county in Marshall.
Oh, okay.
So the Northern Fauquier Community Park is hosting it. When you get to the Northern Fauquier Community Park, just drive all the way to the far back. You'll see lots of Park Valley Welcome Home signs,
Yes.
tents. We're going to be cooking hot dogs and hamburgers. We can't mess that up. And everybody's bringing their own sides
Yes.
to share with everybody. If you're bringing a cold side, all we're going to ask is please keep it cold. It's going to be hot. So bring it in a cooler.
Yes.
And we'll keep it safe that way.
It'll be a toasty day for sure. So yeah, if you're in the area, come on out to the church picnic. I think, are we asking for people to register?
We are asking, yes, it's on the website.
So we just kind of have an idea. It's free though, correct?
Absolutely.
Free event. We just want an idea of how many people are coming. Steve's adding a little bit of salt. So you just kind of do a little taste test.
Yeah.
Add some salt or whatever else you might need.
In every recipe I've ever used or done, a professional recipe is always going to be for kosher salt. So these are kosher salt recipes. If you actually use the same amount of salt, but use table salt, it's going to be way too salty.
Oh, okay.
Because you can put a lot more table salt in a teaspoon than you can kosher salt.
Okay. Interesting. Good to know. I didn't even know there's different kind of salts.
That rice is done?
Sam asks the question, could you use tofu for this instead of chicken?
Absolutely.
There you go. So
And
if you wanted to, just
would-
make it a
and
little
it would
more
look just the
vegetarian.
same.
It would look just the same. And so I guess that's how you would turn it into a vegetarian meal if that's what you wanted to do, right? You would use the tofu instead of the chicken.
Sure.
And everything else is vegetarian.
All right, so let's actually make them so these things can get in the oven.
All right. Do you need a plate or I guess you wouldn't stick a plate in the oven, would you? You use
We have to thank Walmart and the Pioneer Woman brand for these really pretty dishes. So Ernest has already sprayed it, so just make sure you spray it so that
Just
because
a
this
pan.
stuff's gonna stick. Yeah.
all right. Any kind of non-stick. Could you use butter if you needed to
Sure.
instead of a non-stick spray?
Absolutely. I want to be able to. If we were using corn tortillas, it would really be important to dip them in this green sauce first. But I want to do it anyway now, so that we can just get all of that nice flavor. And then we're going to put cream cheese in this as well.
I wonder what that sounds like next to Steve's mic opening up the cream cheese.
Like, what is that strange
I
sound?
feel like it would sound kind of pleasant. Maybe.
So this is just plain old cream cheese. You could have done, a lower fat. You could have done a lighter cream cheese if you want. This is just regular cream cheese. And all we're going to do at this point, and I'm going to make one, then Ernest is going to, I just want a little bit of flavor extra on here.
So we have just dipped it in the sauce over here.
We dipped it in the sauce, and we put a little bit of cream cheese in the middle.
Okay.
And now we're just going to take a spoon.
Just a spoonful.
Yeah, and you could do 2 spoons if you want. It depends. Maybe a spoon and a quarter. You want to just be able to roll it.
I feel like I would go a little less.
Would you?
I don't know. That's just me.
And that's all we're doing.
All right.
Ernest is going to do that now. Let me wash my hands for one quick second.
Sure, sure.
There's that.
Should have gotten some bagels for that cream cheese. A little snack on the side.
So we're going to roll that up, and we're going to put a little bit of shredded cheese on top, a little bit
Okay.
more of the green chili sauce, and that's going to go in the oven for about 25 minutes.
Okay. And so you're getting that sauce in the middle of it. Now does that, obviously that has the flavor, but help it kind of stick when you roll it?
Yeah. It really is, because these things, it's flavor, but that cheese is going to act like a glue inside too. It's going to really hold it together, but that sauce will just, especially on the outside as it gets hot, it will kind of dry a little bit, and it'll give it a lot of flavor. So look what he just did. There's an awful lot of stuff in that one.
Packed it big on that one.
Is that one going to roll?
Yeah.
Is it rolling?
It rolled somewhat.
Rolling somewhat.
You do that. Let me cut the cheese for you. Oh, let me cut the cream cheese for you.
Oh, that was funny.
That was good.
It was totally unprepared. We are an unscripted live show. I love my job.
Yes, me too.
All right. So how are we doing at home? We've caught up with the rice. We've caught up with the...
Yeah, it might be a good time to do a little recap, kind of what we've done thus far.
We've made a mess. We've sure
We
made a
have
mess.
made a mess.
So what have we done? We've made enchiladas. We've made the salad.
Made rice.
We've been eating chips and salsa.
Chips and salsa.
We
some
did
guacamole.
We did a hot chili eating contest.
Yes.
I thought for sure your mother-in-law would say, Zach, eat the rest of it.
She might. She might.
You ready?
Come on in here, Griff. Griff is one of our camera
this
guys.
one or you want a fresh one? I'm sure Zach's not sick.
I eat the stuff.
You're gonna eat the stem.
How old are you? Because I need to get your parents' permission first.
Well, I know my mom's in the audience. Forever, right?
Mom, is it okay?
We,
All right.
we won't know.
She'll be fine with it. She'll be fine with it. She'll think it's funny. Let me think. Debate whether to go here or whether to go here.
Well, if you go at the bottom, we're going to be picking you up off the floor. So start small.
Okay, I'll start small.
Wow, that was big.
Oh my God.
That was bigger than what I did. You might need some chips, Griff. You might need some chips.
Give it a minute. Okay, there was
It's hidden.
there was
It's
the
hidden
face.
now.
There's some tears for me now.
He's got some tears. Here you go. Some chips. You can also watch. There's a sink right behind you there. You can wash your hands.
Mom, I'm sorry. How we doing, Ernest?
are
You want to try a chili too? Because I'm not doing it.
Anyone else going higher on the
Wife,
stem?
she'll try one.
No, okay. You all right there? Okay, I got a thumbs up. Mom, your son is still alive.
He's good. He's good. He's crying a little bit, but he's all right.
A little bit.
He's not crying. He's
Almost,
definitely tearing.
almost.
So while he's doing that, let me just talk to people about this. We're not gonna do it yet.
Okay.
But now is the time also, if you've got your pie dough, you definitely want to be getting it out. This pie dough is hard to work with when it gets too soft. It just unrolls real easy. So from that, the empanadas that Bobby and I had the other day that Rhonda brought to us were wonderful. So wherever she got them, it was great. But the key was it was a really thin dough.
Okay. So Rhonda, let us know where you got those empanadas from, or if you made them yourself. If so, we may have to bring you out here one time.
So I want to thin it out just a little bit,
Okay.
not too much. I'm hardly putting any pressure on here. And I'm sure people spend an awful lot of money on have really fancy rolling pins. Mm-hmm. That's all I ever really use. But I do have one from my great grandmother. When she died, I got her rolling pin, and that was important because she made the best biscuits.
Oh yeah. From scratch, biscuits from scratch.
Everything. I grew up in East Texas. That was grandma's. What's looking good there?
I get one more in there.
Okay. Mr. Bush is doing all right.
Ernest, do you have one of these that's set to be yours when all is said and done?
No. I wish.
Now we are going to hear a little bit more from Ernest later on. We ran out of mics, so we have a mic that we're going to get him a little bit later on. But
All right. So now what? Now we're going to take the green chili sauce.
just pour it right over there.
I'm not gonna drown it, but we certainly want a little bit in there.
Let's kind of get over. Let's see if we can get a little bit better angle here at the camera. We just kind of covered it over
yeah.
here.
You want to put the cheese on there?
Yeah, we just sprinkle
Sprinkle
it.
as much as you want on there.
I like cheese. You guys like cheese? Production crew, you cheese? Paul, Pastor Paul is in here now. Starting to wander over. He's smelling it. Smelling that food. So, everybody else a cheese fan? I'm a cheese fan.
Cheese it up.
Griff, you doing okay? Our camera guy who ate the pepper, he's had to take a little bit of a break.
He's been replaced.
He's had to take a little bit of a breather. Water makes it worse, Griff.
Yeah.
Get you some chips.
Nope. Nope.
All right. So that's good. So now we're going to
There you
put
go.
that in the oven.
Alrighty. Guess we need some oven mitts, or I guess the
Is it
thing's not
hot?
hot. It'll be all right.
It'll be fine.
Just slide.
So the
it
oven's
on in.
on at 375. I know that's going to take, everything's going in there at room temperature. It's not hot, so I know that's going to take a good 20 minutes.
Okay.
So you can set a timer at home, but we're not. I don't know how to set those. So we'll just remember it and we'll smell it. We'll know.
20 minutes.
20 minutes.
Alrighty. Anything left with the empanadas, or?
Well, yeah, we're going to get to that in a second, but we got to
Okay.
kind of clean up a little bit. You know, like I'm not going to make empanadas and make sure, I don't want a piece of chicken in my empanada.
Some people might. Who knows?
Well, that's good.
I guess. Are we using the cream cheese for the empanadas, or?
We are going to, it's not part of the recipe, but we're going to make a few that have cream cheese. So if you've got some leftover cream cheese from your enchiladas, you can certainly add a little dollop of cream cheese. If you put a little sugar in that cream cheese, it'll be a nice addition to inside the empanada. So are you taking the time at home to clean a little bit? Just wipe it down a little bit? There's nothing worse than biting into a nice sweet empanada and getting a big chunk of jalapeno.
Yeah, if you got one of those Roomba vacuums, you could always just wipe it right on the floor. Send the Roomba going around.
Or if you have a dog.
Or a dog, too. Would all this be safe for a dog to eat? I know grapes are like a dog's worst enemy.
No grapes here.
No
But I don't know
grapes
if I
here.
want my dog to eat those habaneros. And probably not cheese. I don't know. Dogs love cheese, but how do they do with cheese? How are we doing? So now empanadas. So we're getting towards the end of it. So the rice is done. Our rice is finished. Once we get the empanadas in, we're going to season up the rice a little bit. Keep it hot. The enchiladas are in the oven.
So our audience actually really wants to hear from Ernest. So Ernest, I'll kind of hold this mic for you here so we can hear you. And so you're lining this tray.
Yes, for the empanadas.
All right.
It won't stick to the cookie sheet.
All right. And what kind of are you using, like tin foil or just is that
Parchment
wax
paper.
Parchment paper. Do they have to use parchment paper or can they use
I'm in your
anything
shot.
really?
No, parchment paper works the best. Just
How long has Steve?
How long has Steve and Ernest been cooking? So how long you been cooking for, Ernest?
How long?
I used to work at Wegmans. I worked in the kitchen, so
Okay.
about 5 years.
5 years. You just do it as like a habit before then, or a
Yeah,
hobby,
just
I guess.
a hobby. I took restaurant trades in high school.
Oh,
so,
did you?
Yeah.
All right.
I love cooking.
Yeah. What about you, Steve? How long you been doing this for?
About 25 years.
About 25 years.
It was a long career.
Yes.
It
I'm
was a good
31
career.
myself, so I've been cooking chicken nuggets for 25 years. I get maybe not cooking them myself, but
You were 5 years old when I started cooking.
that's right. I was born in good old 1990.
Oh,
Man, I graduated college in 1987.
1987. Our production crew wasn't alive.
no.
I think it was all early 2000s for this
Yeah.
crew. We got 05,
05.
04.
All right.
All right.
So,
So
sheets?
cookie sheets. So can you scramble the egg and get a little water in one of these little black bowls?
Yeah.
Thank you. And the pineapple. Actually, while he's doing all that, let's season up the rice.
Oh, okay.
Let's move that. So this was the basmati rice. It's nice and done. This is about, if you're following the recipe, this is what you would have
So
cooked.
Steve, we do have a question. It says
Cream
cream
cheese
cheese mixed.
If you're talking about into the empanada, so we're gonna actually make some with cream cheese mixed with a little sugar. So if
Okay.
you just take some sugar, powdered sugar, brown sugar, doesn't really matter, sugar, but not honey. Honey will make it too loose. And then we're gonna add just a couple of dollops to a few of these. And you won't at home, but you'll be able to go, ooh, this one's good, ooh, this one's better.
Yeah, and so you can do the same thing at home, right? You can either add it or not
Absolutely.
add it.
So plain basmati rice that's been cooked in the chicken stock.
Okay.
We want to make this a cilantro lime. So nice and soft. It's just a little bit wet still. It's not bad at all.
Okay.
And to this, we're going to add the chopped cilantro.
All right. And I don't know if I missed it. Did you have to drain the rice or does it absorb all the water?
Totally absorbed it all.
Okay.
So there's a lot we're going to teach you to be ready. Mom-in-law, can he help next Thanksgiving at least?
Will there be dessert?
Yeah, the empanadas.
The empanada is the dessert. We're kind of slowly starting to work on the empanada as we're finishing up the enchiladas. A lot of these words sound similar.
A lot of big long E words.
All right, here we go.
Okay, that. I need to get the juice from the lime.
Still got some more right
See, and you're just squeezing some lime juice in there.
Yeah.
Do you worry at all about getting pulp in there, or?
I like the pulp. And one of the things about limes, there's no seeds in the limes. The seeds are only
okay.
in the lemon. So
That's always one of the things I just strongly dislike about orange juice. There's just too much pulp.
You're a thin
Much pulp.
orange juice traditional kind of guy.
I am. If I drink it, it's rare.
So we also need to get some lime zest in here.
And so what do you do to get lime zest?
So this is like a little grater that will be perfect for lime zest. You could
Okay.
use another grater. You could take a sharp knife and just try to get just the top part
Just
of
the peel of it.
Yeah, you're trying to get as little of the white as possible. That white
Okay.
becomes bitter.
Okay.
So, but
So
here,
like a little grater. It's kind of perfect.
yeah,
So light pressure, I assume.
yeah, really just gravity. There's no pressure because quickly you get into the white. More than a couple of passes across, you're going to be too deep and you're going to get a little bitterness. And
Just
that's
mix it all
really-
together.
Yep. And I need another kind of a plastic spoon. Because this was cooked in salty water, I don't want to add any more salt until I really taste it first.
Oh, okay.
Thank you.
Yeah, nothing's worse when you get a dish and you gotta drink like a gallon of water off of one bite, you know?
Yeah, we're not going to add any salt to that. That's good.
Someone
So-
said, you guys rock. Thank you.
Thank you.
This is really all Steve and Ernest. I just kind of had the idea mixed with Renee and Fern in the offices. And so Steve and Ernest really helped bring it to life. Because definitely wouldn't be able to do this on my own. Or it would legitimately be a chicken tender cooking show.
And I think
It's
there's
been about 10 minutes long.
plenty of people that would like to watch that show.
We'll have to do a short.
So the rice is done. Beautiful rice. Lots of flavor. I'm going to put it back here just for a second. When those things come out, we're going to put the empanadas in. So now empanada time. You ready, Mr. Bush?
right.
Yeah. Need a bigger bowl so we can bind everything together.
So we are moving on to the empanadas here.
Well, here, just dump the...
And they're
juice
looking for
out,
a
use this
bigger
one.
bowl to kind of put everything, combined it all together. Now, I know sometimes with dessert, there's a certain order in which you need to combine things. Is that the case with empanadas?
Not really. I mean, first we got to, though, we're going to season up the pineapple.
Okay.
So into the pineapple, we're going to be putting some brown sugar, some cinnamon, and some vanilla.
All right.
And again, this is do a little bit or a lot, whatever you like. Then we've got a bowl of water here because we're going to use the water on the tip of our finger to seal the empanada.
4 votes for chicken tenders.
6 votes tofu.
We're just getting
2
ideas.
s'mores.
We're just
Okay.
getting ideas.
Mike Ernest when talking.
Yes.
Why?
I think, do we want to shift this over to the larger side?
We
and
can.
Get the overhead shot here. Now, Ernest, are you a dessert kind of guy?
Not really. I'm a chip kind of guy.
Chip kind of guy?
Oh, Mr. Salty.
Yes, love salty.
I know you remember this. We had a video not long ago. It was just kind of a random funny video in our service with you cooking up some stuff at home.
Yes, me and the wife.
We got to find that video and like put it somewhere again. It was so much fun to watch.
It was good. We had a great time shooting that video.
Yes.
I don't remember that one.
Get your directions here.
Yes. All right.
So we're gonna try and mic you the best we can.
All right. I'm gonna combine all this.
You don't need, yeah. I mean, you need a couple of tablespoons of that.
Yeah.
A little bit of, here.
All right. 3 tablespoons of brown sugar.
So the pineapples looked a little mashed. Did you mash them, or is that just kind of how it turns out?
That's how it turned out coming out of the can.
Oh, okay. So nothing too crazy.
No.
But it's small. The whole idea, like the enchiladas, is you want it small so you get a bite of it. It's not a big hunk.
Right.
So a little cinnamon and a little bit of vanilla.
So I guess it's kind of what we got, like a little cookie cutter here.
Yes.
So that's about the size, if you can see that, of what that empanada is going to be right there. I don't know how easy that is to see. And so you should have all these directions at home. But Ernest, how much of that is that cinnamon?
Yes.
How much of that are you putting in there?
1 tablespoon.
1 tablespoon of cinnamon.
I like cinnamon. I added a lot. Some people don't like cinnamon as much, but I like it.
And so once again, just a disclaimer in case you missed it before, if you are tuning in late, forgot to register, whatever the case is. I mean, this is free. We're not charging anybody for these recipes or directions or anything like that.
We're not?
Sorry, Ernest.
Oh, come on, man.
So if you need the recipes and all that stuff, you want to watch this back, which will stay available, you can always email me, Zach, Z-A-C, at parkvalleychurch.com, and we'll send it to you guys.
And this is a half a tablespoon of vanilla,
Yeah.
Half a tablespoon of vanilla.
but you can do it to your taste.
Not too much vanilla.
Too much vanilla is nasty.
Yeah.
A little bit's all right. Too much, I'm sorry, I should have pre-opened that new thing of vanilla for you.
That's okay.
I know you're tempted to use your teeth.
Do you like vanilla that much, Ernest?
Not that much.
No, it's terrible. I mean, real vanilla is basically just straight, some kind of alcohol, probably vodka, with a bean, and sometimes there's a little simple syrup in there to sweeten it up, but not really.
All right. 1 tablespoon of powdered sugar.
Powdered sugar. Now, is there a reason?
That's for the garnish, remember?
Yes.
That's right.
So that's for like the topping,
All
right?
right.
Make it look nice.
So you're good. That's what's
Yeah,
going
then
in.
we're gonna stir it up.
I just stir it.
Give me a spoon.
While you're doing that,
And you don't have to worry too much about smashing up the pineapples or
No,
anything
because
like
already
that.
no, it's already smashed, so you're good with that. All right. Good. I'll let you cut the first one.
oh, thank you. That smells good.
It smells really
It
good.
does
So,
smell
and all I'm doing right
delicious.
here is I'm taking that cream cheese that we had left.
Zach,
It's nice and soft.
Get a little taste test here.
Yum. That vanilla is going to really, not so much add a lot of vanilla flavor, but
That's
really,
good.
it's good.
I'm not a big
everything else.
pineapple fan, but
That's me. I'm not a really big pineapple fan.
I'll do this.
put some cinnamon in it.
We got a question here. Tilt it a little bit more for me. Zach, you're getting roasted. Oh, by my mother-in-law.
oh, come on, Mom.
All right, I'll let you get in here, Steve.
All right.
I'll let you cut the first one. Then
I'm going to do the first one, and then we'll let Ernest go at it. But you might need a little spatula. You might not. But sometimes, especially if you've applied too much pressure to the dough as you rolled it out, it might stick to this cutting board or whatever surface you're on. Pie dough is like puff pastry. Once you've used it and you try to re-roll it, I mean, it'll work a little bit, but you begin to lose some of its body. So we're just going to try to cut these as close as we can. If you twist it just a little bit, it'll make sure that it's all done. And that's our little empanada. So we've got some water here. I'm just taking a little water on the edge of my finger. And I want just a little water. That's going to help seal it. Then I'm going to take just a small spoon. It doesn't take much.
Not much at all.
It won't, no. But then I'm going to take just a little piece of the cream cheese. We'll do some with cream cheese and some without. And now we're just going to start at the top and pinching it as we go around. You don't have a fork. Is there a fork in that drawer? Please. That water's going to hold this. It's not going to come apart, but I want to just kind of help make it a little bit more secure. Thank you. And if you've got talent and you've made a lot of pies in your life and you want to get all creative on how you seal it, that's great.
Yeah.
So there on
Almost
that
just using a
parchment,
fork and pressing it down.
that's done. You want to go? I'll go. All right, thank you. So while he's doing that, I want to check to see those enchiladas.
Ah, yes.
We are getting pretty disorganized here. Nope. And I can just look at it. The cheese isn't melted that much. Did you see it, or did it go too fast?
It's hard to get that camera shot. There we go. We're zooming in. So you're looking at the cheese.
I'm watching the cheese. It'll become more solid. You won't see all the little shreds,
Okay.
shreds, and
You tilt it just a little bit towards. There we go.
yum. But man, it does smell good.
Smells good. I think our whole crew here is starting to get hungry.
Well, we didn't make them any, did we?
No.
And they can have habanero. All right.
Habanero. Looks
All
like
right.
Griff has returned victorious. He's good. If you missed it, Griff ate some of the spicy pepper. Which one was it?
The habanero.
The habanero.
And he ate the hot
A
part.
good chunk of it too, and he's surviving. He's doing good. Eyes
Yeah,
are still a
I was
little watery.
very proud of you. Can you see him in your camera shot? I'm going to say, like, you survived. Good job. All right. All right. That's how we do it.
So do you ever do anything with the leftover dough?
You can kind of put it back into a ball, and you can certainly re-roll it and make another empanada out of it.
Yes, and Rhonda said that the rice is really good.
I'm
I
glad.
actually haven't tried the rice yet. It's just Steve, but I guess we'll all try it.
We will try it. It has a nice flavor. See?
Overstuffed it.
Your eyes are bigger than the
Yes.
pineapple. See, that's okay. Because
Next one will
that's
be
what
better.
most of them at home probably look like right now. So when I gotta admit, I've practiced all this at home a couple of times already.
Oh yeah.
So it's like, I know it looks like, why are you putting so little in there?
It's a lot
But
more
it's
than you think.
plenty once you've done
Mm-hmm.
it. All right.
The
So
cream
Zach,
cheese.
how is the online campus going?
It's good. It's good. So yeah, we're just trying to reach as many people as we can with the gospel. And so what's cool about it is all we need is an internet connection.
Yeah.
You know, there's not too many geographical barriers. I mean, there's some places without internet and stuff like that, but for the most part, you know, we're reaching people in the Philippines.
awesome.
Pastor Ogie out there.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Yep. We have Calvary out in Ghana.
Okay.
A couple people out in the UK who watch.
And those guys in Ghana are going to be doing Park Valley College
Yep.
out here.
Yeah, I think there's 3 of them, I
Yeah?
believe.
Wow.
Three men from Ghana. And it's cool. I got an email from someone out in the UK who said, I guess with the time difference, they watch our Saturday service on Sunday morning for them.
Okay.
So one of the benefits of leaving our services up is, you know, people can watch it whenever, you know. One of the big things we want to launch is watch parties. I think a lot of people don't know what a watch party is.
I don't know. Tell me. I don't know what a watch
So
party
I
is.
kind of advertise it 2 ways. One is it's like a Super Bowl party, but instead of the Super Bowl, it's our service.
Okay.
And I also say it's kind of your campus, your way. So you can show our service on a Monday afternoon if you wanted to. You can show it at your house. You can go to the
another
library.
kind of connect group kind of thing.
Yeah, kind of a connect group. You can make it as public as you want, as private as you want. You know, I understand maybe not everybody would want to broadcast their address to
Yeah.
everybody, but you know, you could do it like based on area. Like, hey, we have a watch group in Culpeper, and if someone is around Culpeper and wants to be part of a watch party, we can put you in contact with that person, or
awesome.
we can leave it fully up to you to invite people over. So that's one thing we're hoping to get going. So if you guys are interested, let us know. We'd love to help you start it, tips and tricks and all that stuff on getting the watch party going, but it doesn't just have to be in place of our service, because it is healthy to have face-to-face interaction. But we're hoping this can be something where we can take something digital and help it become face-to-face as well. So, watch parties.
I'm sorry, I was listening, but I just thought, we have so much pineapple filling here, and there's so many of us, it might be wise to open this other one. That's
Open
what
the
the
next.
crackling is at my microphone here.
Some people might like it. What are those things called? When they do
Oh, it's like the packing bubble things.
they make noises, they'll take their fingernails and just tap it on glass.
Ernest is saying, no, not more pie dough.
They are good.
Ernest and I are used to working in volume, so it's just as hard to cook for 2 as it is for 100.
Yeah, I know. What was it, Ernest? A couple years ago, we got to help feed the Battlefield football team before games.
Yes, that was fun.
And Ernest would come out and help us cook up like 100 pieces of chicken, it seemed like.
But you heard him just say it was fun. It is
was.
fun, isn't it? You know,
Love cooking.
it's a lot of fun.
So, Steve, is there anything you can kind of do with this extra dough that's left over?
Sure. I mean, you could certainly take that and re-ball it up and then roll it back out and make more with
Get
it.
some more empanadas. You could probably just eat it.
Take a chicken McNuggets and roll it around there
That
and then
you
deep fry
could
it.
make.
There you go.
You got some leftover chicken.
Yeah, and deep fry it.
You could cut it into some kind of strip and just season it with some cinnamon sugar and bake it. And just have it like sort of
Someone
stick
said,
cookie.
Joshua said that the chips look good. And also to remember that Ernest, you need a mic when you're talking, which can be difficult. We're trying the best we can. We will take a break while these are cooking, and Ernest will hold the mic, and we'll actually
We get to talk
have
for a little
more
while.
conversation.
You're good? I know you're good.
I'm just fiddling with this dough over here. It's actually kind of nice to just play with.
All right.
Yeah.
Want some more to play with?
You can make quite a big.
You could
Empanada
make
with
a
that.
you could make
Oh,
a
yeah,
breakfast empanada. Why didn't you scramble some eggs
Ooh,
and
a
put some
breakfast
sausage in
empanada.
there, and you can do all
We
kinds.
should
of
make
stuff.
a Zach empanada here. This is about a Zach size empanada.
What would you put in it, Zach?
We'll just fill it up with it.
Well, we can make one big one. It'll take a long time to cook when it's that thick. We can certainly do it. Make some, if you don't mind, without cream cheese.
Without cream
Yeah,
cheese,
just see
okay.
what the difference
Oh
is.
yeah, we'll make a couple.
But people are going to like the cream cheese.
You think so?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Don't back up.
So we're checking on the enchiladas right now. Steve's just once again looking for the
I'm
cheese,
peeking in.
seeing how goopy it is.
So we're getting there.
And of course, you ever get a little hungry, you got your chips. I haven't tried. Which one was the watermelon? This one here?
No, that's the spicy
That's the
one.
spicier one.
Watermelon's down on the end.
No, watermelon. I'm gonna have to use a different corner of the chip here.
I don't know.
Get some of this watermelon salsa. Which I guess if you guys wanted the recipe of the watermelon salsa, you just email us.
Sure, that was easy. That's just cut up watermelon with a little bit of onion, cilantro, lime juice, and honey.
Yep.
Good stuff.
Approved. I like it.
Yeah.
A little sweet.
Different. It's Ernest's favorite.
Yeah.
Don't you hate watermelon, Ernest?
Ew, it's nasty.
What fruit do you like, Ernest? Is there fruit you like?
Green grapes and green apples.
That's right. Okay.
Now, is there a difference to you between green and purple grapes?
The green one's a little more sour.
Oh, really?
So you like more of a sour taste. Okay.
My wife found these cotton candy grapes
Yes,
at Harris
Wegmans.
Teeter.
Oh, those
things
Wegmans
are good.
had them.
Those are good.
Those are delicious. It's like candy. At that point.
So has anybody at home actually have they kept up with this? Is anybody enjoying, other than, we know the rice is good. Thanks, Rhonda. I think Rhonda said the rice was good. But
Yep, Rhonda
what
said
else
the
is
rice was
going
good.
on?
Seems like people are catching up or keeping up at least.
They're like, now they're probably saying, why are these guys so slow?
Yeah.
Must be a long note. Yusuf's writing a long note.
So for those of you who don't know, we have Yusuf keeping an eye on the chat and writing down questions, and then he holds up a big whiteboard for us to see it clearly and easily while we're working and doing stuff.
And he's doing it very well. Mm-hmm. He's a speed writer.
He's doing a great
At some point,
job.
you're going to introduce the
Here we go.
crew. People are
Oh, they're sharing other food
Sharing.
ideas in the chat.
nice.
That's great. Little community going on. We do have if anyone's interested, a Facebook group,
Oh,
a Park Valley, I think it's called the Park Valley Online Family Group. So you can actually go on and make your own posts, Bible verses that are stuck in your head or something that God's been pointing out to you or whatever. To join that, the easiest way is to go to our website, parkvalleychurch.com/online. Take you right to the online campus's website. And there's a button below the Watch Now, the big Watch Now button. There's a button just below where you can join that family group.
I didn't know.
Can't have too much cheese, Sam is saying. I'm with you, Sam. I'm a big cheese fan. It looks like we're about done with the empanadas. Is that the last one?
Yep.
It's the last one there.
So the empanadas are going to get egg washed. We've got one egg that's been scrambled.
Okay.
We have a little pastry brush. You want to do it?
Yeah, I can. You just kind of paint it on there, right?
Yeah. That's what's going to help kind of give it a nice little golden brown color. And then I've got powdered sugar and a little bit of water. This is a different water than we've been sticking our fingers in. I mean,
And so what does this little egg
that's just egg.
do?
So it's going to help just kind of seal it and give it a nice, prettier color. Don't egg wash one. So egg wash all of them except one, and we'll see the difference.
Okay. So,
Like when you get a croissant at a nice, bakery or something, it's been egg washed, and that's that nice crispier crunch on the outside. It's got a little caramelization to it.
I feel like I've given a shout out to a lot of our production crew, except for Lizzie, who's crushing
been so
it.
quiet.
She's just over here. She's catching all these side angles. I mean, where Ernest has been putting together the empanadas for us. So
Don't back up, Zach.
holla back, Lizzie.
I think it's done.
Oh, we got our enchiladas. I'm getting all these words mixed up.
So we got a nice little brown cheese going. We're good to go. So we're gonna,
Now you have to let them cool, I assume.
yeah. I'm gonna keep this closed for a second. Keep the heat in there. We'll put those in there in the oven as soon as those things are in the oven. One of the good things about both of these things, we have two ovens here, but we're only going to use the one because you probably don't have two at home. But that rice is going to be cold by the time we need it. We're just going to throw it in the microwave. So if you haven't put it into some kind of a metal serving utensil pan, you can just keep it hot that way.
Stick it right on in there with it.
And then that brown sugar and the water, make a little glaze. Powdered sugar. So when these things come out of the oven, we're just going to glaze them with a little bit of powdered sugar glaze, a little simple glaze. It's powdered sugar with this very little water. If you put too much water in, just keep adding more powdered sugar.
Now, when you're doing the egg, is there potential to add too much egg to the top of it?
Yeah, because then it looks like a scrambled egg on top, especially in some of these little holes in the creases. So
Crevices.
don't do that last one.
Yes. So the last one we're going to leave unglazed, I guess.
Right. All right, so these are going back in that hot 375 degree oven.
Now we know the event online said, we got a question here from Karen, my mother-in-law. She said, however, I do love you. I guess Yusuf added that. My favorite son-in-law. So I'm her favorite son-in-law.
How many daughters does she have?
She just has two.
Oh, she's got two.
And,
So there's competition.
One, I'm the only son-in-law,
Oh,
but
okay.
still the favorite. I'll take pride in that.
All right.
And it's well deserved and earned.
Yes.
All right. So cool. So we've got
Got the empanadas in the oven. The enchiladas are cooling down. We got a little leftover.
pineapple.
I wanted to call it some Shazam. We got some leftover Shazam here.
Okay.
I don't know if that's the technical term.
Works for me. It's your show. This is pineapple Shazam.
Got the salad here.
All right. Let's put some of the salad in that other dish. We're putting things in nice display dishes.
Oh, there you
things
go.
taste better in a dish that looks nice.
Now we did say online the event would end at 8:30, but just a disclaimer, we're going to end it when we're done.
Yeah. What time
So,
is it?
8:30.
Sorry. Sorry.
We're about done, but it's not too crazy. So yeah, like I said, we're just gonna end it when we're done.
We're
in
gonna
no rush
chat
here.
while it's in the oven.
Yeah, and so we did want to chat a little bit. I know a lot of you guys have been wanting to hear from Ernest, and so we want to make sure we get you a mic in your hands.
Well, then
Because-
hold on. I'll take the corn while he does that.
We're good.
So, yeah, and both of you guys, we kind of talked about it a little bit, have a bit of a culinary background.
Yeah. Thank you.
Whether it be, why don't you slide to this side? Your cable should make it. Yeah, we'll get situated here. So Ernest, tell us a little bit about your culinary background. Like, you said you worked at Wegmans a little bit.
I worked at Wegmans. I went to when I was in high school. I took restaurant trades. So
Okay.
Just for 4 years, just learned how to cook pretty much everything that you go to a restaurant and eat. So I did that, and I worked at Wegmans for 5 years.
Yeah. And then, do you still do this? I know you used to go to Honey Baked Ham kind of on the holidays and glaze the hams.
Yes, and
So-
every holiday I'm at the Honey Baked Ham doing glazing hams and packing hams.
Yeah.
And I appreciate that very much.
Yes.
They
Those hams are
so
delicious.
Good. They are delicious.
That's awesome.
And-
So, was it in high school where you kind of started really liking to cook, or was it kind of before that? Saw the
I
other
was just
class?
in high school.
Yeah.
Yeah, I started cooking and just love it.
Yeah, that's
So-
awesome. Steve, what about you? What was your kind of culinary background, and what does that look like?
I needed a job when I got out of college, and I remember the first one was really going to subtle, huh?
No, we're reshuffling over here. Reshuffling.
So I needed a job. So after college, pay those college debts, and delivered pizza for a while, and that's
Okay.
what started when I was a young kid at that point. But it worked for a big company, got hired in contract food service. So
Okay.
my career started in a big company doing the food service at like FBI and DIA
When you
and
say
old,
FBI.
old executive, yeah.
Is it the government agency?
Yeah, so
Oh, okay.
did a lot of contract food, catering, that kind of stuff for big government organizations. Worked for them for a while. Ran Mobile's headquarters for a while in Fairfax when they were still just Mobile. That was a big Y2K thing.
Someone said the salad is delicious. The enchiladas are ready, and their rice is also done. That was from Claudia and
Claudia
Andy.
Andy, thank
Nice.
you. I'm glad. Claudia could have taught this class herself. But worked for those guys for a while, and then just did that for 15, 20 years, and then got into bigger management. But my heart was always as a chef. I mean, one of my favorite parts of the job was I'd get to travel around, and I'd get to do cooking classes and different things. So I've cooked, in Qatar. I've cooked in England. I've cooked in all
Yeah.
over the country. So.
For sure. And I remember you telling me one time about, I guess, within like your company that you worked for, they wanted you to cook for a casino, and you
That was tough.
kind of turned that down, even with a large paycheck sitting on the table.
That was a tough thing to do. It was. Everybody says, you need to do this. It's going to be a success. You're going to make a lot of money, but being in the casino was not the place for me. That's when I first really could feel God saying it's time for a career change.
Yeah. Yeah, and which I think is really cool. So what kind of ultimately led you to being a pastor? Because there was a time where you felt called to do that, but there wasn't like an open position here at Park Valley.
I was probably about 10, 11 years ago now. I'm a pastor's kid,
Yeah.
so my father always says he knew I'd be a pastor one day. And I think finally, especially being out there in Las Vegas, I remember getting off the airplane, and the first thing that you see was this big billboard that said, "We're open for sin on Sundays." And that broke my heart.
Yeah.
So God was calling, and it was time to see where God was leading. I remember coming and talking to Barry and just saying, "This is what we're thinking about." And we prayed about it and had a plan, but it was never a plan for a job here. It was just see where God goes.
Yeah, for sure. And Ernest, what kind of shifted you in Park Valley's direction?
I started out working part-time, doing mops, watching kids here at the
Yes.
church. Then I went into the facilities. Then I became the facilities manager.
Yes. I remember when you were doing mops, we were walking out of a room and it was like almost done. It's like the kids know
Oh, yes.
when it's over. And so it was Ernest like standing at the gate with all these kids behind you just crying, like
Yes.
waiting for their moms to come get them. And you're just standing with a smile on your face.
'Cause I knew the parents were coming.
Yeah, and so if you guys don't know, Ernest managed our entire building now. So
Yes.
literally anything, everything. The temperature of the rooms
Yes.
is earnest. I know I have to text you sometimes and be like,
Hey, it's hot.
I'm getting a little toasty, or I'm getting a little cold. You know, it's all you.
And he doesn't ignore the text. He actually responds.
Yes.
Yes.
Even when you're not here, which is a blessing. But I think ultimately what's cool is to see just you guys following what God has called you to do.
Yeah.
And I mean, ultimately for people at home, we're not saying quit your job, become a pastor, work for a church.
No.
Necessarily. I mean, if that's what
No,
God's
they
calling
can,
you
they
to
can
do.
be a pastor right then and there.
That's right. You don't need the title to do the work.
No.
But yeah, I think ultimately you can, if God's calling you to be a lawyer or a doctor or whatever it is, man, He wants to use you there and help reach people in that area. So I think as long as you're following what God wants you to do for your life,
Yes.
He's going to take care of you. He's going to bless you. He's going to make sure you're good.
I mean, there's to really seek and follow the Lord.
Yeah.
He does take care of you. I mean, there have been some dramatic changes in our lives, and everything's fine.
Yeah, which is awesome. I know me and my wife has been super blessed. I think time to check on the empanadas.
Yeah, not even close. Not even close.
Not even close.
Go to
Looks like
4.
Yusuf might be bringing in a question here for us.
He's smiling too.
But while we're waiting, we do have services every weekend. My mother-in-law again, Karen, she said, for Steve, Zach makes desserts disappear at Thanksgiving, especially cookies and milk. I'm not gonna lie, that is very true.
What kind of cookie? Any kind of cookie.
I'm a big fan of just the chocolate chip.
Okay.
There you
Just
go.
basic chocolate chip
you
cookies.
were Mr. Traditional.
But I gotta have milk. You know what I'm saying? Like I gotta dip it in milk. And so I've learned to pace myself based on how much milk I put in the cup. Because once the milk's gone, I'm okay not getting more milk.
Okay.
But if I have too much milk and I got the whole pack of cookies, I'm gonna eat the whole thing. She also said, ha 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 ha. It's true. It's true. But yeah, so to talk about kind of what we do on the weekends, this is our first online campus event. We've never really done anything like this before. So
Like
it's
you
kind
can't tell.
of experimental with different camera angles and figuring things out. But we do have our normal services Saturdays at 5 p.m. and Sundays at 11 a.m. And we do go a little early for a virtual lobby where we kind of do something like this. We sit and chat. In fact, both of you guys have been on the virtual lobby.
Right.
And even Liz, who's our studio audience at the at the moment. We try to just get different staffers, different volunteers, different people on there just to chat about what they do and really try and open up what everyone does. You know, I feel like there's always kind of a misconception of like, I have no idea what this person does
Right.
in their department. I know it's vital, but I just don't understand what's going on. So to kind of sit down and chat about it, I know it's cool for me.
Yeah.
And hopefully open up some other people's eyes, whether you want to volunteer online or in person or
Right.
Haymarket, Warrington, whatever. We just
Yeah.
want you here.
Yes,
we
we
want to
want you
hang out
here.
with you, whether it's digitally or in person. So yeah.
So we can keep talking because it's going to be a little while. We just cranked up the oven to 400, so
Okay.
we'll
Trying to speed
try
up the
to help them a
process
little
a little
bit, but we might end up having to eat this stuff and then go to the suite in a minute or two.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, I can grab some plates if you guys want to.
Yeah, let's gather some plates up.
I'm going to warm this.
Yusuf, oh, this is from Ron. He says the enchiladas are done. Can't wait to try. You guys don't have to wait on us, by the way. If your enchiladas are done, go ahead and take a bite. We're gonna start nibbling. It looks like here, and we don't want our production crew to miss out either. So there will be some nibbles done for them while the empanadas are kind of finishing. Ron also said you all are awesome. So thank you, Ron. We really appreciate it.
Thank you, Rhonda.
Especially trying
Yeah.
something new. Feedback is great. We want to know if you liked it, if you didn't like it, why you didn't like it, why you liked it, all those things.
I guess I
so-
should put that here, shouldn't I?
It does look delicious. Ernest, we might have the same shoes on.
The food looks great, but
Very
man, the
similar,
kitchen's
at least.
a mess.
I feel like that's the least fun part is to have to clean it up afterwards.
I would agree.
It's about 8:40 at night. People are hungry. Sam said amen. Yes, for sure. So Steve, are we just clearing?
Yeah, just so we can get a nicer view of. No, leave those. Sorry.
Oh, we're gonna get
No,
some
don't
good
touch it. It's hot.
angles on the dishes here. And which camera are we going to here? We're going over towards Lizzie's. So we got our enchiladas right here. Looking delicious. A little bit brown on the cheese, not too much. We got our lime rice with Steve. Just popped it in the
Steaming.
microwave. And then this is our corn salad, right?
Yep.
Isn't that what it's called?
It's got roasted corn, black bean.
That's right. And our empanadas are still cooking in the oven here. So now's the
works.
moment of truth. Did we do it?
We did it.
Did we cook it
Nice
well?
job. Nice job.
Nice job, guys.
Who's the guinea pig? Liz?
No, I can't. I almost feel like Griff earned it.
Yeah, but the poor guy's going to be another guinea pig.
So let's see here. Separate. Oh man, I'm getting hungrier and hungrier the more I look at this. I didn't actually eat dinner. I don't know about you guys.
Nope.
Ernest, did you eat dinner?
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try this.
But what time did you eat dinner?
4:30.
4:30 this
4:30.
afternoon.
Well, it's because you eat breakfast at 2 a.m.
Yeah.
If you guys don't know, Ernest actually gets here like 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock in the morning at the church and starts getting stuff done. Which, is it easier? Is that why you come in so early with no one here?
Yeah, it's a lot easier to get stuff done. Nobody's
Yeah, we
here.
I
got
don't know. Who's the?
one plate here. Oh yeah, that's a good move.
There's some sour cream. Plating our food, can't wait. Yay, Claudia. Nice. Is it too hot?
I did give the first plate to Griff, I'm not gonna lie.
He earned it.
He did. His eyes were watering.
He was in pain.
They were watering. Here we go, I'll take this one out. Who wants the next? Liz?
I'm good.
You're good? Yusuf? Oh, Alex, our video switcher extraordinaire.
Does he want to play?
Everything's everywhere. I'll do that. You do those. How about that?
Just serving it up.
Yum.
Anna said she loves this event. I believe Anna's watching from
Okay.
Coles Point, Virginia. I think it's Coles Point. Just trying to remember off memory.
You're welcome.
Yeah, it starts with a C. I know that much. So I believe Yusuf and then us.
I'm very happy here right now.
Oh, I kind of destroyed that one. That'll be mine there.
Yeah.
Stuck together a little bit on me.
Yum, yum, yum.
Yeah, let us know in the comments what you guys are thinking. And then the empanadas shouldn't be too much longer, right?
Let's see.
My mother-in-law said, all good fun. To my mother-in-law,
So
next
those-
time we come over, I'll beat you in Dutch Blitz. Just know.
do you want to put the offer out? What's something else they want to see on some of your online events?
Yeah, we have some ideas. So we were kind of testing the waters with
Okay.
Cooking with Steve. And so we've had ideas for maybe like an exercise, like a live exercise event.
Wow.
I don't know who would.
I wouldn't be in that one.
Yeah, I don't, that's not a me thing.
I would be the average Joe.
Okay.
Just an idea, just a thought.
It's a good idea.
We're looking at what like an online game night might look like. So if you guys have ideas, we would love to hear them. I'm open to anything and everything.
One of the things that you and I can collaborate on is that when we do our Night to Shine next February,
Ooh, yes.
we can add the online component. So we can still
Yes.
have an online component and bring our live Night to Shine back in
Love,
February.
yes. The
next
last
year.
one was it 2020 was the last one, was it?
We didn't do it last year because of COVID, so it was 19.
2019. Oh man, I got to DJ for that, and it was so much fun.
Yeah. What was the best song you had to play? I remember what it is. See if you say the same one.
Oh, the national anthem.
Yeah. When they asked for the national anthem. That was good.
We got a request for national anthem. We got one coming in here from Stacy. I vote zucchini boats and Italian sausage.
I like that.
Good.
It does sound good.
That's an Ernest specialty, isn't it?
Where did these
Anything with Italian sausage.
Need a fork?
Where did these forks disappear to? I thought we pulled a bunch out. Oh yeah, here it is. I don't know if I should get a little bit of everything all
Not
in
yet.
one bite.
No.
What do you think, Griff? Yusuf? They all enjoy it, Lizzie.
That's a heartfelt.
Now, there is a Liz and a Lizzie here,
I'm using this.
just to clarify.
Sorry.
Both LBs.
Oh, that's true.
Oh, yeah. The initials both are the same. That's funny. All right.
I'm telling you, these
Ernest,
enchiladas,
you get you a plate?
I'm good.
You
Not
good?
like Jake's tried a little bit of enchilada.
and these are even better tomorrow.
Are they?
Oh my.
Oh, yeah.
Got cream cheese in there.
Mix it with a little rice. That's pretty good. That's pretty good.
Very good.
That is delicious.
So I guess everybody's eating at this point.
So
That-
how
or
are
they're
the-
asleep.
Yeah, eating, asleep, whatever it is. Watching the Nationals play over on the West Coast. How are the empanadas doing? They still
A couple more minutes.
a couple more
They gotta get
minutes.
more
So we're
brown.
gonna enjoy this a little bit more.
Julia Child would be proud of you guys from Shannon.
Shannon said that Julia Childs will be proud of us.
Thank you. We didn't cut ourselves.
No, is that something she does?
No, that's the famous skit.
This is very good. Ernest,
Yes.
a good question for you. I don't know if you want to grab the mic here. If someone was interested in volunteering with the maintenance team, is that something you would?
I would
Take
I would definitely take it on.
Yeah.
Just you can reach me at Ernest Bush at Ernest at parkvalleychurch.com. We'd be glad to have you on the team.
Yeah.
That'd be a fun job.
It
What-
would be.
I mean, your team is like essential,
Yes.
especially in between the services here at Haymarket. For like, you guys basically clean the entire auditorium, right?
Yes.
So how was
insane.
wind shape last week for you? You did a lot of kids here in the building last week.
Last week was fun.
Yeah.
We had a great time, but it was a lot though.
Yeah.
We could have used some of those volunteers last week, but it was fun.
So I feel like it's not something we advertise a whole lot.
No, not at all.
For our maintenance crew to do. But I mean, there's trash cans need to be empty, seats need to be wiped
Right
down,
now.
floors need to be swept,
Yeah.
trash needs to be taken out. I think I might have already said that one, but
Yeah.
I'm sure there's a lot of trash on the
There is a
weekend that
lot.
comes through.
I'll just say, your mother-in-law says in your dreams.
My mother-in-law doesn't think I'm going to beat her in Just Bullets, but it'll happen.
We appreciate you. This is intense.
So the empanadas are almost done, taking a little bit longer than expected.
No, we're just ouch. Stop.
He reached in there with his bare hands. I don't know if you guys could see that.
It used to be when I cooked professionally,
And the callus.
you don't have any feeling in your hands. You can
Yeah.
grab whatever. Now I forget.
I feel like this is a good, relatively quick dish to make for like a large family. I mean,
Heck
we
yeah.
just fed 8 of us here. At least one enchilada.
And we could have
fine,
honestly
we got
done
one
it
left
in
over.
45 minutes. We didn't need to
Yes.
take this long.
Right. Who is that? Claudia and Andy said everything turned out amazing. That's awesome. If something didn't turn out good and you have a question about it, you can either let us know now, or you can always email me, Zach, ZAC at Park Valley Church. I get you in touch with Steve and Ernest.
Sure.
Our emails are actually really simple here at Park Valley. It's usually just our first name at Park Valley Church. So I'm ZAC, Ernest, ERNEST.
Steve, yes.
STEVE.
STEVE,
Steve at Park Valley Church.
Steve at Park Valley Church. So there's a rare occurrence where we'll have 2 people with the same name, like Paul.
Yeah.
Mark.
Paul Patty is Paul P. John. So, but we'll always redirect you to the right person if that's the case. So, oh man, Griff's got the plates. Look at that. Not a bite left over. Bring that on in here, Griff. Bring it on in here. Look at this. Demolished here. Woo. Not a bite left.
Not a bite left. That's pretty
Not
good.
a bite left.
All right.
like Yusuf
Don't
is.
don't back up too much.
The people cheer you on, Steve. Look at that.
Yay! Thank you.
A resident chef. Those empanadas almost done. That's all we're waiting on. But
Yeah.
like I
So-
said, we're going to be here until we're done. Not too much longer. Oh,
They're not quite. Can I have that plate? Thank you. I'm gonna put a couple on there and then put it back in the oven. All right.
Steve and Ernest.
We're a team.
Both cheering you guys on.
Yeah, it's your mother-in-law, Zach.
So they're gonna get. See how brown it is along the edges. We're trying to get that all the way through. These are done-ish right now, but I've got the rest in the oven still. Mm-hmm. So we're gonna
Let's
just,
go ahead and get the angle here on the camera. We want to tilt that plate forward a little bit.
yum. Ernest has just made a little glaze here, just powdered sugar and some water.
Okay.
Yep,
Blazing it on there.
yum, yum.
Yum, yum, yeah.
So now these are hot. You gonna go for one?
I'm definitely.
I want cilantro in it. So,
I'm gonna use my same fork here, I guess. Here we go. All right, you want to try one with me?
I'm good.
You good?
you could have put green grapes in them. You
There
could have
you
made an apple
go.
one.
All right, I'm just gonna stab it. Oh, that
That'd be
didn't
hot.
work.
We're very hot, Zach.
Is it?
You've been warned.
I've been warned.
It's like molten hot.
It's always weird that sometimes it's too hot to pick up, but it's just fine in your mouth.
Okay.
Do you know any? Oh, I'm saying, do you know any? Like, is
No.
there a reason for that? I'm just gonna go for it. It's hot.
It's hot.
Oh, yeah, it's hot. Good.
Woo!
Yeah, I think I smell. I can.
yeah,
It's like
yeah.
February in here. I can see your breath. Ernest, it's too cold in here. You and Griff,
There we go. I got it. This
Hot.
is delicious, though.
hot in a different
It
way.
is delicious. You may want to wait a few more minutes. You can enjoy it a little more. This is good, though. Someone said,
That's nice.
too many people have said this. It is amazing.
It's from me.
Oh, from Yusuf.
Oh, thanks, Yusuf.
Yusuf's been launching us the questions. Actually, at this point, why don't we get our production crew? Why don't you guys come on in? Come on into the shot. Ernest, could you grab some forks?
Yes.
Come on in here, production crew. Come on in here. We want you guys to get a taste of these empanadas.
And I'm pulling the other ones out.
Steve's about to pull the other ones
Those
out.
are better off than I thought they would be.
Come on, yeah, come on in. Just don't block the.
It's too late.
There you go.
My
We got
wife's
our
a little
production
shy.
crew.
She's back here.
Got a whole bunch. Ernest's gonna get you guys some forks. A huge shout out to our production team, who is just about all in the shot here. We got Alex, Lizzie, Yusuf, and Griff. Fun fact: this entire cooking show was the production team was high schoolers stepping up to the plate and volunteering, which is awesome.
Awesome.
So I think we got everybody. Griff, can we see you? Just barely. All right, there he is. Griff eating the hot pepper. So, yeah, thank you guys so much for volunteering on a Friday night, nonetheless. You could have gone to the
Melted right
movies,
off.
but you chose to be here and
Want
help
some?
out instead. Food.
Throw a couple
They
on.
look really good. I'm really excited.
Yes.
Second habanero?
The second habanero. Griff's going to skip the enchilada and just go straight for another habanero.
No.
I was like, don't.
Head take one. No.
Oh, no, I don't handle that.
So that's about all we got. We're going to leave the camera on for a little bit while our crew tries it. But, man, thank you guys so much for joining us, hanging out with us. We'd love to see you tomorrow at 5 p.m. for our live service, or Sunday at 11. They're the exact same service. You can also join us in person at our Warrenton campus, 10 a.m. Oh, my gosh. What is the name of the school they just moved to?
At Brumfield Elementary.
Brumfield Elementary out in Warrenton. It's by Walmart, that one that's just past Walmart. Or
Love that school.
you can join us right here on our Haymarket campus.
H-A-Y.
I couldn't get it out. On our Haymarket campus. Those times are Saturday at 5, Sunday at 9 a.m., or 11 a.m. if you're coming in person. If you're watching online, Saturday 5 p.m., Sunday at 11 a.m. Tune in about 15 minutes early for the virtual lobby if you want. We just like to chat, hang out, have a good time. But yeah, thank you guys so much. I think we're probably going to go ahead and switch just to a generic slide, and
right.
we'll
Amen.
see you guys tomorrow. Thank you so much.
God bless. Thanks.
God bless.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.